there's treasure up in the hills, and I sure hope I can find. Well, won't you come along with me, and maybe we can find some happy time.
Good morning, everybody. Today I am not going on a hike, but I'm actually going to fulfill a request by someone who watches my videos. They had asked to see some of my favorite finds, but I'm going to do a little bit more than that. I'm going to actually show my home base for the Relic Singer here, and then show some of my favorite finds at the same time. It should be kind of interesting, and I'll point out some things that I'm trying to do in the future for videos and stuff. I'm trying to get better at my videos, and hopefully I'll head in the right direction. Well, here we go. Let me show you around. Well, you can see here, this is my back patio, and right off the bat there's some things that I have found out in the desert, like this old hood for an Oldsmobile. I think it was the 1950s if I'm not mistaken, and I made a chair out of it, and it's kind of cool. Some people like it, some people don't, but I like it. It gives it that that hillbilly look, I guess. I'm kind of fond of that. Here's something also that is kind of interesting. This is, I do a lot of shots right here, still shots on the edge of my, but this is actually my turtle tank that I built for my turtle. She's coming out right now. I made a little waterfall for her, but I like to build things again. Well, let's keep going on. And this here is a cabinet that I'm working on. I'm actually making a video of it, and you'll see more of that in the future when I post that video. And this is the room. This is what I work out of. Most of my finds are kept, and it's actually my little man cave if you want to look at it that way. So let's go inside here, and I'll show you around. Before we go inside, I forgot to show you some of the things that I've got hanging out here, like the old bucket. That's about a 1930s, 1940s old bucket. That's cool. And the old letter that I had found that one time, and I got it here. I'm trying to spell stuff out of it. I got a pint to I. I don't know. And these are some things that I've made out of old bottles that I found, little candle lanterns. That's kind of cool. Basically, you just lift it up like this and light the candle down there. Old funnel that I found, and just little odds and ends everywhere. Anyway, everybody, let's go inside here real quick. Well, this is the room. It's my music room, and where I try to make music, but I enjoy it. I know it's probably not the best stuff in the world, but it's really something special to me. And you take a look around here, I got stuff everywhere. My drums, I play drums, and I play piano, and I play guitar. Obviously, if you see my videos, you've noticed that. I think I'll just start from the left here, and we can kind of go around, and I can show you what I got. I start up here, but if you look here on the top up here, these are old insulators right here. I've used them as little decorations and things I hang on, and I also got an old barrel that's from 1938, I think, an old Winchester barrel. That's actually one of my first guns I found, or what's left of it. I looked around, I couldn't find any other parts, but that's kind of cool. I had that bell actually works. It's actually my doorbell. And then you look up at the top up here, you can actually see some of the license plates that I found. I know it's kind of dark in here, but that one there is California 1939, I think, and that's actually California World's Fair license plate. And this is a 1921 license plate. You can see the different in sizes. This is one of my favorite finds and my license plates. It's kind of cool. I found that one at near our old homestead site out there. If you've seen my videos. I found some old axes, and that's kind of cool. This hiking stick here, I actually just made it. You know, I like to make things. Obviously, you know that already. And some of my old oil cans that I found. My favorite one is the old Signal Pennzoil. Kind of neat little history about that. That site where they made that oil was the only place that during the Second War that the United States actually was bombed. It was the factory that or attacked, I should say. I don't know if it was bombed, but by the Japanese. And that, most people don't know that, but that factory where they made that Signal oil is where it happened. I'm not sure exactly where it was, but it's been a while since I researched it. But I have found a bunch of those, and I think I had 4 of them that were not so much good shape, and I ended up selling some of those. I think I got like 30-40 bucks for 3 cans. But so those are really collectible. The other ones are not so much, but I like them. It gives it that cool look. And then this is a jar of this year that has buttons and all kinds of little knicky-knacks that I found. Mostly buttons in there, but there's clock parts and belt clips and all kinds of stuff. There's pogs. Eventually that'll go into a display case when the year's up, but that's what I collect for the year. And there's other jars that I've collected with little knickknacks. There's little belts and old lipstick cases, an old spoon from late 1800s, maybe early 1900s, somewhere around there. Little ice cream sample spoon, old fishing gear I like. And then I think this was from the 1940s or somewhere around the late 1940s. Old lunchbox. That's kind of cool. And I got some bottles down here. Obviously, this is a more recent one, but this is an old IV bottle type bottle there, and an old milk jug. And there back in the corner, we got the mixer that has a patent date of 1904. I was really excited to find that in really good shape. Some old spoons, and basically on this wall there you can kind of see different types of little farming tools and stuff that I found. My favorite one is the old hay saw. That's actually a recent find, and that's really cool. I like that. That could date all the way from the early 1800s, because it was like 1870s, somewhere around there, that they started, that was patented. And then recent finds like the old mustache curling iron there. That's kind of cool. I'm definitely be going back to these sites. I've actually gonna go back to a lot of the sites again. I'm gonna start using my metal detector more and getting more detailed. I've kind of worked within a 20-mile radius of my base here. I have found a lot of sites that are dating around, early or late 1800s to early 1900s. And that's about as old as we can get around this area here. I haven't found anything older than those dates, but you never know. But I'm going to go back and really start getting more into metal detecting in the future. So you'll start seeing me doing more metal detecting. And you look over here, some of my favorite finds like this right here. This is actually an early Model T watering can. It came in sets of 3 and a little thing that went on the sideboard of the Model T. So that was an accessory that you could get back then. It's a Boyko watering can. That's an old gas can from the 1940s in the back there. That's kind of cool. Little odds and ends around here. I like this here, the little master viewer. That's the basically 1940s, 1950s. Some of the stuff I didn't find, but I've actually purchased. But like the old radio, like that old Victorian hinge. I wish I haven't. I'm gonna go back there with a metal detector and hopefully maybe find that other half, and I'd be ecstatic if that happened. And all my flashlights that I've purchased or I've found, those are cool. And you got down here some more flashlights in the window that I collect. Some old spark plugs. This is really cool. These date from the 20s and 30s. This is an early Model T door latch. That's kind of cool. You can actually see the working mechanism. And I mocked up that's a Cougar. The first year a Cougar was made, I mocked it up and put power on it. So that's kind of cool. And you get over here in the corner, you can kind of see some of the little odds and ends of bottles that I've bought. And there's an old insulator right there. That's from the 1920s, little bottles. And the wagon that I turned into a little shelf. Oh, back over here, I forgot about this one. It's hard. There it goes. I'm trying to focus, but you can actually kind of see the old bottles and old stuff in there. This is some of my oldest finds, like this right here. Oh man, it's full. You can actually see the knife and little clips. These are all early or late 1800s, but the knife and the cup are from a mess kit from the 1890s. I think it was 1897 that they stopped using it, if I'm not mistaken. And then they came out the new one. It's somewhere around there, but it basically dates around the 1890s, and that's kind of cool. If in the detail, you can actually see the USA and on the knife and stuff, and then the old eyeglass case. That's cool. That can date from late 1800s. And then the old cork top bottles. Those can date from the 1800s. An old cowbell, old tins. That's kind of cool. And then actually the whole wash pan there is really old. I made it into a shelf. That's kind of cool. And back over here, here's another one of my favorite things. Is the old box guitar that I've built. I always wanted to build one, and this actually works. It plays and everything, and it has pickups in it. These actually work here, the pickups, so that's cool. And it's mostly made out of everything that I found out in the desert. All the wood and stuff the wood is actually from an old bookshelf that somebody dumped out there, and I planed it down, and actually the neck and body. That's actually a landscaping post that was round. I turned it in, milled it down, and the only thing that's new on it is the strings and the bolts and nuts for the tuning. Everything else is stuff that I found, like the bullet shell bridges and stuff, and the knobs are old shotgun shells and bullet shells, even up there at the top. It has a little secret compartment. I think the video, if you over here, a little secret compartment. That's kind of cool. And I put old advertisement on it. It's kind of cool. And a little bit more detail. Like I said, I found the old clock. That's from the 1940s, I think. Some old bottles and old locks that I like. And then you get over here, some of my favorite things to collect are old soda bottles. These roughly date from late 40s to up into the 70s. But I like collecting these old bottles like that. The artwork is cool to see and stuff. You see them up there. I've got some old cans, old cone top can, kind of cool. I like making things out of things I find, like old tubes. I made this light up there. And you go around, I've got, you know, in my music stuff, I've got recorders. I got a recorder there. I got another digital recorder here and amps everywhere. And this is that chair that I made. This is all material that I found out in the desert, and I mill it down and I get it working and I turn it into something usable. I love doing that kind of stuff. Let's move this over here. Not a lot of room in here, so I gotta. And then, like I said, more bottles down here. And then another thing I like to collect is old whiskey bottles. They're getting rarer to find anymore around here, but they date basically early 30s into the 50s. Basically, I like to collect. And if you step back here, all the cabinet it's in, I actually built that cabinet from material I found out in the desert. I like the old glass insulators. These date from the 30s. They're from they're like that old Pioneer Road. There used to be a telegraph wire on it. These are from the I come across them all the time out there, but 90% of the time they're broken. Since I've been looking, I must have hiked at least 30-40 miles of that road, and I've only found 3 complete ones. But I've seen probably 50 to 60 of them. They're broken. But this is all part of it. All the parts of it here, like up here, the crown kind of looking shape, is actually the leaf spring to an old Model T. The doors are actually the front windshield to an old Model T. There's more insulators down here on the bottom. But I'm really proud of that cabinet. That's one of my favorite things that I've built. And we got 1920s egg basket collecting. Some used to collect eggs and stuff and put it in there. That's kind of cool. It was kind of bent when I first got it. I got it all straightened out. So that's kind of cool. And then, you know, I play piano. You've never heard me play piano. I don't think I posted any. Well, there's one song. My daughter that she passed away, but I wrote a song to her. And that's the only piece that I think that I have that's posted on my Daniel music videos. And I've got, you know, like that mirror there. I used to, I'm called the Relic Singer now, but it used to be another one of Dan's hikes. Same thing. And I made that out of stuff that I found, mocked it up, so it kind of looks cool because it's near the front windshield looking thing. And there's my guitars. I like the BC Rich here. That is called the Fly. You can't see it too much there, but I paid like $5 at a yard sale for it, and I rebuilt it. And I like doing that kind of stuff. And that's pretty much it. The rest is just you know, instruments. This over here is a huge mixing board and stuff. I play music and my guitars. I like hanging lights, if you haven't noticed. And I've got other stuff around my house and stuff that I've collected. Like there's an old, trying to think off the top of the hand, like I found an old mailbox and I turned it into a little Model T. I'll show you a picture of that. And a couple of things I'll show you. Like back there, I haven't talked about that. That was a shovel a little kid shovel that I found that I mocked up. That's kind of cool. But like I said, around the house, I've got old bottles and stuff like that that I've collected in the last couple years, I guess so. But anyway, that's roughly what I work out of this here, and I get a lot of enjoyment out of this, and hopefully you do too. But I think that'll be it. Thanks for watching.
Where there's treasure up in the hills, and I sure hope I can find